And I have bought some furniture at other brands, but I'm never going to tell you which ones.
Okay. 10% of young Europeans are born in an IKEA bed.
Only? Are you sure?
No. IKEA originated in a small country, Sweden, with a population of just 10 million.
Medium-sized country.
Medium-sized, okay. We love to talk to creators during our interview, and according to us, CEOs are some kind of creators also.
Some kind?
you have responsibilities over thousands of employees, over a group that make nearly $50 billion of annual revenue. If you are at this typical spot today, it's because you have known the success professionally at the right moment and at the right spot during your career, and we'd love to talk a bit about it with you today. Jesper, you arrived at IKEA in 1995, if I'm correct.
That's correct. Yeah.
Was that your dream job at the time?
Well, you know, from the beginning, I was 25, 26 years old. I was looking for an adventure. And interesting enough, I was looking in an ad in the paper who said that IKEA was looking for a country manager in Pakistan. And I decided not to apply.
Okay.
I came home. My girlfriend, now wife, told me, I think you should apply. So I did. I went to endless of interviews, and long story short, after a year after starting in Pakistan, my manager came from Singapore, and I asked him, why me? No experience from IKEA, no experience from Asia. How come you picked me? And then he told me I was the only one who applied for the job.
Okay.
So, you know, sometimes, you know, it's a bit of a chance in life, and you take the first step, and I think there are many good paths for you. But IKEA attracted me because it is a creative company. It's a company that stands for not maintenance, but looking for the next thing and curiosity. And that was something that attracted me.
And you have 27 years old at the time in Pakistan? So
I think I was 26.
26,
yeah.
Okay. How
long time ago. Were you born then?
Yes,
Yes.
I've no, sorry.
No.
I was born in 1996. So
There you go.
Yeah. And do you remember your first day maybe in
Yeah.
Pakistan? It's such a different
Yeah.
area that got blocked. So how was it at the first
No,
time?
it was the only thing I can say for me, it was like treading water. When you're swimming, you can't reach the ground. It was super scary in the beginning because culturally, language-wise, business-wise, it was such a new environment in all dimensions. But I had a good team, and I trusted my instincts, and I trusted that, you know, the answers I don't have today might come tomorrow. And it was a wonderful experience.
And so at the end of the 19th, you come back to Sweden to work hands to hands with the founder of IKEA.
That's correct. Yeah.
I'm hoping I'm pronouncing the name great. Ingvar Kamprad.
Oh, very good.
Okay. If you have to remember one memory or one advice from your time with him, what would it be?
Wow. When I think about him, there are many things, but I think what people might not know, that he had just an incredibly warm sense of humor. We had a lot of fun. And he was a person who worked a lot, and he was super engaged in IKEA, in people, in our business. So I would say, but I still think the human side of him was what taught me the most. So he had the energy, the drive, but he also, like myself, had a lot of flaws, did a lot of mistakes. But his humanistic side was the thing that inspired me the most.
And was he like a bit like chill in directing and such?
He was the master chill.
Really?
Yeah,
really?
yeah. I didn't know when I started, before I started to work with him, but he was a person, you know, he was successful in his late 20s, early 30s, made a lot of money. And I think he came to, in his 30s sometime, to a conclusion that the purpose was more important for him than having another luxury car. So he turned to a quite simple lifestyle. So he would always fly economy class. We would stay in three, and we still do, and I do. We stay at 3-star hotels. We don't, you know, we try not to distance ourselves from ordinary people. And he was really, honestly, not interested in all of that. He was interested in the business, in development.
In 2017, so you became CEO of the firm.
Yes.
Do you remember, again, your first day as a CEO?
Well, I do remember
yes?
it. I do remember getting the call, and my first reaction was surprise. And the second was, not now, I'm busy with what I was doing. But then, of course, it's an opportunity that is difficult to turn down. I think maybe not the first day, but the first period of the first months, I realized together with my closest team, that it would not be business as usual. But we realized that based on the Paris Agreement, based on the crisis of climate, based on the consumption model of the world, we realized that we need to change the model, the business model of IKEA, and we need to contribute to changing the business model of the world. So we stood before two transformations, and I remember feeling quite small at the beginning, having, as you do, not the answers. But looking back, I think we are well ahead in both of these transformations, and we managed to lead through 3-4 crises: pandemic, war in Europe, economic disaster, and climate crisis. So it has been very exciting years. But at the moment, maybe it was good I didn't know the tasks that was ahead of us, because that would have been daunting.
Speaking about climate change and biodiversity, we used to say that 10% of young Europeans are born in an IKEA bed.
Only? Are you sure?
No, maybe more, no?
I think a little bit more,
okay.
Yes. I have difficulties to prove it now, but that's... yeah.
Do you have what can you tell them about their future, to those 10% or more?
Well, first of all, we are optimistic in IKEA. We have decided to be optimistic. We think it's a choice you need to make, actually. I think this generation, or these generations that together they are confronted with so many challenges, need to start with. We need to remain optimistic. We need to remain stubborn, that we are capable to drive and lead change. And I know that out there, when I meet a lot of young people in particular, there is sometimes despair, even on the border of cynicism about the future. At IKEA, we actually 24% absolute carbon down. It sounds like a technical term, but it's incredible. We have grown since Paris Agreement by 31%, but we're down in carbon. And it didn't make us suffer economically. It made us better.
I have one more question before the quick questions of the beginning.
Very good.
IKEA originated in a small country, Sweden, with a population of just 10 million.
Medium-sized country.
Medium-sized, okay. Yet it has grown into a global enterprise with a presence across the entire world. What do you attribute this success to? And more importantly, what lessons can French and European firms draw from IKEA's journey to better compete, in this economical world today?
Well, I think two things. I think optimism. IKEA is built on optimism, on a belief that we can do things better, and curiosity, to never stop thinking about what the future could be like, to allow yourself to dream. We talk about loving the past and creating the future, and if I have to say something, you have to think 51% of your energy need to be about creating the future, because it's fragile, it's not yet proven. And thereby I think I like to pride myself to be a person who has made a lot of mistakes in the company, and so far I've been forgiven. But making mistakes and daring to test and try things is like the soul and the energy of IKEA. And I do believe in a dynamic world, if you don't allow yourself to do mistakes, if you don't allow people to share ideas and act on them, you will not be as good off. So in the end of the day, curiosity, ideas, entrepreneurship, and optimism is a good mix.
Okay, we'll take notes.
Thank you.
So the quick questions. What does the word IKEA means?
So, don't you know?
Yes, I know.
Okay,
good. For the audience.
Very good. So it's funny. The story is like this. When a young entrepreneur called Ingmar Kamprad went to register his company, he was 16 years old only. He needed to bring his father to sign the documents. And the register asked him, what is the name of the company? And at that moment, there was a spur because I hadn't thought about it. So they took the initials. I for Ingvar, K for Kamprad. E stands for Elmtaryd, which is the farm he comes from. And A is for Agunnaryd, which is the, you can say the county in which that farm is. So it's the person and it's the place.
Simple. At what time do you wake up in the morning and go to bed in the evening?
I normally wake up quite early. I would be up at 6:30 maybe, thereabouts. And I don't believe in the myth that that you shouldn't sleep, or that CEOs should sleep 4 hours and so on. I can do that for 2 or 3 days maybe, but then I get tired and I lose my focus. I like at least 7 hours sleep. So.
And you don't wear a watch?
No, I don't.
Never?
No, you don't need a watch. You have your telephone, right?
Yeah. Do you have only IKEA furniture in your own home?
Now that's the trickiest question. No, I don't. No, I have a lot of IKEA furniture. So I'm, part of the IKEA furniture is not only what I sell and so on, but I've been part of developing the kitchens in IKEA. So that's partly my baby, you can say.
Okay.
I would never have anything else. But I would say probably, the mattresses, the PAX wardrobes, a lot of side furniture and so on. But I have both some second-hand furniture. I have some pieces that comes from our family and so on. And I have bought some furniture at other brands, but I'm never going to tell you which ones.
Okay. Last question. Do you know the tiniest furniture that exists in your store and the most expensive
We haven't
one?
found it yet.
No, you haven't found it yet?
No, just kidding. The tiniest, wow, that's an interesting one. The thing with IKEA is we try to specialize in small space.
Yes.
So I think if you say tiny, some of the functions we have is about foldable, stackable, extendable. And I would say our, because I've been part of product developing folding chairs, is one of the most difficult products because it has to be a low price. It needs to stand incredible quality demands of weight and safety and so on. And it needs to really get flat. So the thinnest IKEA folding chair is about 2.5 centimeter, 3 centimeter thick, and I think that's almost invisible, at least from the side.
Yes. And maybe the biggest, the most expensive one, do you know?
The most expensive, we don't have any expensive furniture in IKEA, so that's...
Okay.
Yeah.
Great answer. Okay, thank you.
Thank
That's
you.
it,
Brilliant. Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Fun. Thank you so much.